I usually listen to music as I'm traveling around, especially when I'm going to the gym or coming back from the gym. But yesterday I decided to make a little change, try something new. And I listened to a podcast instead of listening to music on my way to the gym and on my way back from the gym. And I thought it would be such a boring experience that I wouldn't like, but I absolutely loved it. And I enjoyed it more than if I was listening to music because I was learning so many things on my way to the gym. And it has been a while since I've been trying to stop listening to music or random music, music with lyrics, with degenerate lyrics, music with lyrics that don't really align to my values at all. It's very degenerate lyrics, but just because the music sounds good, it's stimulating and everything. I don't want to go to the gym whilst just being bored and everything. And that in months, so I've been trying to stop listening to that type of music on my way to the gym, on my way back from the gym, or on my way to school, on my way back from school. And just trying to listen to a podcast that I just enjoyed just made it clicked. I don't really feel like listening to music at all because I feel like listening to a podcast, a valuable podcast. I listened to a podcast from Chris Williamson with Tim Ferriss. It was a very, very valuable podcast, and I still haven't finished it yet. There's still like 2 hours or something like left of it, and I really loved the experience. Often with these bad habits, with these things that we're trying to get rid of, it's not necessarily about just eliminating them or quitting them. Often it's just about replacing them with something else. Even when it comes to other, even worse habits. Recently, I watched a video from Hamza where he said it was a video about how to get rid of addictions. He was mainly talking about porn, but he was talking about getting rid of addictions in general and bad habits. And the advice he gave, and it surprised me, but I was like, yeah, it's right. He's saying the truth. And that's how I got rid, using that method, that's how I got rid of my video game addiction in the past. I used to be very addicted to video games, playing them for hours and hours a day. And the way I got rid of them, I didn't think about video games at all. I didn't think about getting rid of them. I just focused on my goals. I just started obsessing with my goals. And honestly, I didn't even think about video games at all. There wasn't like a craving, oh yeah, I want to play video games or something like that. No. For years, for one whole year, my PS4 was here and I didn't turn it on at all. I didn't play it. For 1 year straight, I had the possibility of playing my PS4, playing some random video games. I didn't feel like doing it. I'm gonna be honest, yesterday I played video games for the first time in a while. I had a friend come over and we were working on a presentation that we have to hold for school at the end of this year, at the end of this month. And when we were finished so much earlier than I actually thought we would be finished at. And because I already saw my PS4, I just took my brother's PS4 and I just placed it here in my room. We did play some video games, NBA 2K. But outside of those rare moments, where I'll spend time with some people from my school. I know he enjoys playing video games, and we have some memories from the past when I used to play video games, where we played together, had some fun, and when I was a lot younger. So we came over, we worked on our presentation. When we finished, there was still a long time left, so we said, okay, what are we gonna do? We decided to play video games. And then I hadn't done it in a while. I hadn't played video games in a really long while. So it's become such a rarity for me to play video games, even though I used to be so addicted to it, even though I used to play for at least 8 hours a day when I could. And that's a big difference. I don't crave playing video games anymore just because I've been focusing on other things. And when it comes to bad habits in general, it's way better to actually stop thinking about the bad habits at all. Don't try to find methods to get rid of them. Focus more on having a goal and obsessing over it and replacing those bad habits with something else. Like I said with the music that I was listening in the past, just I didn't focus on the music anymore. I just focused on, okay, I want to listen to podcasts. I want to inform myself on what to do. And I did that. And now I don't really crave to listen to music anymore just because I found something that I actually find better to do. Same thing with all the bad habits. Set a big goal and start aligning as much of your day to achieve that goal. When you find yourself doing the bad habit, don't think much of it. Don't start being insulting yourself, being mean to yourself or something like that. It won't help. Trust me, it will make it worse. I did it a lot of times. And I'm still battling this kind of addiction when it comes to YouTube. I still find myself watching some videos on YouTube, but I don't really want to. But this method has helped me drastically. Not thinking about YouTube at all and just focusing on my goals has helped me so much. Right now, I'm not craving to watch some random BS on YouTube just because I'm focused on my work. Then after working, I'm gonna maybe research something and then I'm gonna go to the gym. In the gym, I'm not gonna be thinking about watching some BS on YouTube. I'm just gonna think about training. When you have goals, when you have things that you want to achieve throughout your day, it's not hard to avoid bad habits when you have those big things that you have to do. When you're feeling busy, when you feel like you have things to achieve, when you feel like you can't waste your time because you want to achieve some goals, then it becomes so easy to just not crave those bad habits at all. And of course, I'm not perfect at this. I still have a lot of progress to make. There are lots of improvement that I can still make. But this method helped me more than anything. I've tried everything to get rid of bad habits. I've tried so many different methods using a bad habit tracker. Like you can see it, it's all documented at the channel. I talk about every single method that I've tried. And this is by far the best one. This is by far the best one. That's how I got rid of my worst addiction of my life, my video game addiction. And that's what have been helping me make the most progress when it comes to this one. When it comes to not watching YouTube as much. And even when it comes to music. Just focusing on my goals. Now I've aligned my time going to the gym and just traveling around the city to my goals by listening to informational podcasts. So focus on replacing, not just quitting. Don't think about quitting. Don't think about the bad habits at all. Just focus on your goals. And I promise you, I don't know why it works, but it's a way better method to get rid of bad habits. And it doesn't only work for me. Hamza would say the same. It's how he says that he got rid of his porn addiction. And every single person that I see that got rid of bad addictions, it wasn't that they used some new secret method, that they used something some method to get rid of the bad habits that was just super secret. Every single guy that I know of improvement who managed to get rid of his addictions and was now a free man. He didn't use some special method. All he did is set his goals up just over it. When he relapsed and did that bad habit, he didn't think much of it. He just then went back to his work. Because often when you demonize those bad habits so much, when you end up doing them, you kind of think about all the negatives that will hit you. And it makes you feel even worse. And you think, okay, I can't go back to work because all the negatives are going to hit me now. Or now watch some random dumb simulating videos on YouTube. So I'm not going to be able to focus as much. So I'm not going to go back to work now. So before you knew how bad those bad habits were, you could have been possibly just went back to your work or something like that, or went back to reading after doing a bad habit. But now, because you know all the negatives of it, when you find yourself doing it, it just ruins your whole day and just give up and just end up doing it for hours and hours and hours until you go to bed. So often there's this curse of knowledge. Because you know how bad it is, it makes it even worse now. Every time you do it, you feel bad, and feeling bad makes you want to do it even more. And you end up this cycle and this cycle and this cycle. But when you just end up not really thinking about it, even when you end up doing it, it's just like, okay, I did it. You don't think about it at all. It's way better to go about your life like that, to supplement your life like that, and you will be able to get rid of those addictions a little faster. I've made the most progress whilst having this mindset. Think about your goals. Don't focus on the bad habits. Just think about your goals. Focus on them. Focus on more on replacing those bad habits than quitting them. I think that's a way better method to go about it. Don't misunderstand what I'm trying to say. Don't think I'm trying to say, oh yeah, bad habits are not that bad. Yes, they are. They're definitely very bad, and they will rob you of your dreams very often. Addictions will ruin your life if you don't get rid of them. But here I'm just trying to share with you the best method that I found to get rid of those addictions. The method that I've seen so many people use, people that look up to, the people that you see that have managed to get rid of those bad habits and change their lives around. It wasn't about some new method that they used to get rid of those bad habits. It was about just focusing on their goals, having a mission, and striving and working hard towards that mission. And they end up replacing those bad habits with their goals. And this one day you see them not even doing those bad habits at all. That's actually how they all go about it. So I really hope you take it seriously. I know you can sound, oh yeah, it's not gonna work. But at least try it. If you've made more progress, if you right now have gotten rid of your addiction or your bad habits, then you don't need to listen to this. Why are you still watching this video if you have? But if you haven't, at least try this. Stop focusing on the bad habits and try to find a new method to get rid of them. Set some big goals, meaningful goals, obsess over achieving them, and slowly refine yourself replacing those bad habits with your goals. So, yeah, there are different comfort. Chase it.